That'd be that new house on our east line. Trees are blocking quite a bit of the light. You can't see way to the left. If I move over here, about the middle of the screen is where the lights end. Those were on all night last night. But here's what I was going to show you. We're entering the red light district. And most of you ought to know, maybe, that light is hooked to a switch box that has a plug-in on it. Because we did that so we plug the tractor in, we quit burning the end of the cords off. If the switch is on, the light is on. And you notice, cord's going that way. Because it's going out to that tractor. My other cord, this cord and the other one meet right at the back of the mower. I'm waiting for Becky to ask me why there's a red light on out here. She knows what it's for, but she's probably gonna ask why it's on. Anyway, get my checking done. Go back to bed. I don't think there's anybody out here. If there is, they're laying behind the feeder. Which I will check that, and then I will go check over there. Start here. Coyotes were out last night. So I was out from the cow lot. I know you can't see it, but in the neighbor's bottom, there's what we used to call the bowl. There was 3 sets of eyes on top of that bowl. They were not coyotes, they were deer. Up here were edge of the flat, where I saw some deer, about a week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there were deer up there too. There was at least 2. I think there was 3. There was 3 over there, and then there was something that was down between the old pump site and the falls down in the bottom. But I only saw it once, and it may have been a deer that was bedded down that just looked away. I don't know, but I didn't find any freaking coyotes. And look at that lineup. Well, good morning, Mr. Cowboy. Why are you sticking your head down that low for? Huh? Yeah? Who do we got here? You might have been 6'11", I don't know. You were 241, I know that. Who do we got you? Yeah, yellow tag. That was 21 easy. Well, it's going to take a while to get used to the numbers. Yes, it is. Yeah. Silly girls. And I mean, we don't even need to know her number, do we? No, we don't need to know her number. Brat, you just want your head scratched. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? You break my fingers and make me mad. I just want to scratch you behind your pole. Brat. Oh, there's the spot. Dude, was you trying from the front or the side? Because I didn't quite catch that. It only works the one way. It's got to be from the back. Don't you eat my coat through the gate. Now, who were you after? I want to know. Was it her? Oh. Well, maybe. Thought he already did that one. But, who knows. I have to look at the board and see if he actually does anything. He seems interested, though. I'm just going to get out of the way because I don't need him shutting the gate through me if he tries. Feed him and he'll forget what he was doing. Nice, man. The cows opted to go for here, so I put his there because he was trying to get in there with Boomer. It's a little tall for him there yet. But that chunk can get it. He's doing it. And those two were playing a little bit, and of course they quit by the time I got the bucket out of my hand. And these two, they were looking at how they could sneak through over there. But we got the bottom pipe pulled out on the gate, so they can't. They were sure eyeballing that. And of course, oh wait, hey, who's that one? I bet Brent knows who that one is. He won't mistake her. And little shits over here, most of them were trying to eat off of Mama while Mom was getting breakfast. And one of them was running from Mom, who was right here, through the hole, making a circle, and coming back. Silly buggers. And she's just chilling over here. Surprised she's not up wandering around. Well, there's a few bins. There's a big building behind me. I remember when that was a wooden building painted white. That's been a few years ago. They put the tin on it quite a few years ago. Yeah, I'll wait for what's coming. Last time I sat here for like 20 minutes because they just kept coming from that way. Forest Grove is that way, by the way. Not very far either. And Banks is that way. Home is that way. So, but I got 2 more sacks of feed. Kind of wonder if that guy in front of me might be lost. A set of double hoppers. High sides. Only place I can think of he might be going is up here on the right where all those oak trees are. And I don't envy him getting around in that place. They got so much crap stuck in the way. Because really there's nothing else this way unless for some reason his GPS is going to take him over that hill. In which case he's too long. In fact, they had somebody took a 53-foot flatbed up and over the hill the other day and ended up in the ditch. And there's all kinds of signs saying nothing. Well, they just passed there. Which maybe he's hauling filberts, in which case there's a place straight ahead of him about a mile on the right, or up on that hill over there. Interesting. Used to be the only hoppers we've seen come in, came into our place. But hey, we ain't had nothing to put in the bins the last couple of years, so that ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Getting everything ready, go get some lunch and then get things dumped, but I looked up and we got our lone deer up there in the field. She was just about where she is right now. When I went to town and came back, I didn't see her anywhere, so she come back out. Actually, there's another one at the tree line. I'm trying to see. Yeah, you can see it pretty good on the video. Might even, yeah, there's 2 of them there. So I lied, that's not the lone one. That's either a group of 3 or a group of 5 coming out of the trees. Anyway, thought I'd show you that. I'll go set this one next to that one over there. And after lunch, we're going to set the auger in first and dump a bag. And I'm not sure, the other one's got a little more than this one in it. If there's any left in the bag after filling these 2, we'll run it up the auger into the upright. That's my plan anyway. Seems I'm a little late. I thought I got some video here this morning, but I did not. It's, I don't know, mid-afternoon, I guess. Got the feed totes dumped right after lunch. Had to run the town, and Becky's complaining it's so dirty in here. You know, kid's toy, kid. Her lying over there, that blocks her from going back and drinking the kitty's water. Of course,
she don't matter. She can go back there now.
Yeah, she probably will.
You gonna get up there?
Yeah, I mean, the rest of it on the floor, that's from in and out.
It's Thailand.
Mostly
It's all
from
Thailand's
her.
fault.
If you look at the bottom of her boots, look at the bottom of mine. Hers got shit on them. Mine are clean. Anyway, Becky and I came in here. And
Come here.
I can't sit and admire her. She wants to be on my lap, or she just got off my lap, and then I realized I didn't get any video.
She's been acting like a 2-year-old this week.
She thinks she's old.
Yes, you have been. You've been a little turkey butt.
You gotta tip it though, remember?
She ain't figured this out. I don't tip it. You tip it. Yeah, huh?
Are you silly? Are you silly?
No. Hey, are you TTs? Am I have to ask you?
Are you TTs? Hey, girl, hey.
Cooper.
No, not going to answer those questions.
Hey, girl, hey.
She goes, I got my apple juice, bitches.
Anyway, there you get.
Okay, now
Get a little bit over a minute and a
Hey,
half of her. Maybe get her again before she leaves.
Good job.
Yeah, I hope you can see what I'm looking at because I can't see it on the screen. I think these came off the Wolverine buggy, the 3-wheel buggy when we got it. We didn't end up bringing a boom, so I'm going to kick myself in the ass for not doing that because, you know, 2 40-foot pieces of 4x4 square tubing, 1/4 inch wall. But they were all screwed in on it. And looking at these, those are pretty good sized. And you can see the hole in that. It's got some shit in it, but that would be the size that we have on sprayer now. So I'm assuming, yeah, these are ones. This is one I put back together. We broke and fixed. That should be an 8002. Let's see if I can do this. I can get them both lined up to hold them to show you. Fucking fart around here and drop both of them and not have either, right? Ah, there we go. You can notice just a little difference. And these were the only stainless that Ty could find. And they are not very big. It's marked 2 and then 80 degree LF for 80 degree low flow, I'm assuming. So I'm assuming it'd be the same as a 8002, which, yeah, 80 degree would be the 80, and the 02, the 2 would be the size, I'm assuming. And then a bunch of old brass ones. I know they're 8002s. So, I'm really happy to see these ones. Because that should get the flow we're going to need. Because I don't want to drive around the field at half a mile an hour. I want to be, 5 miles an hour if I can do it. If it ain't too rough. It'd be, of course, much nicer to have another 40 foot of boom or 50 feet of boom. Might even be enough in here to do that. There's quite a few in here. So for future reference, probably have enough of these to actually run the other sprayer and get this stuff on at 20 gallons an acre without any trouble. But yeah, after she left, I found out she left them out here. It's supposed to be raining here in a couple hours, and she left them out here, but nobody knew it. That's a subject all of its own. So, anyway, I'm going to take them to the shop, just because. Not that I can back that thing in the shop to do it, I got to do it down here, but these would have been from the shop to begin with, because it all should have been upstairs. And maybe I can find something on the almighty interweb to tell me how much to expect to get out of these. See if I can do this. I got my little handy dandy tripod holding it between my legs, so I can use both hands. This is what we've got on the sprayer. This is what we've always used. It's a T-Jet body with anti-drip valve or whatever they want to call it. And this comes straight in. I think it comes into this. And this outer part comes out over here. I thought I just had, yeah, there it is. There's a rubber that'll come out. These are rubber with a nubbin on them. Rubber goes over here. This is a spring in there. See where the little nubbin goes. That way it holds it centered. If it'll shift in there and sit right, there we go. When that's screwed on, if I remember correctly on these, it's 32 or 35 pounds is what you have to have coming in to open that. Once it opens, it's free flow and comes out through. Come on. The screen's probably stuck. Of course. Anyway, inside there's a screen like this. This one just happens to be black and that one's red. Some of them will have check balls in them. I don't see any of the old brass ones. The old brass ones we had, they all had check balls in them. And they were kind of a pain in the ass. Anyway, that's just sitting in there. Then there's a rubber. And I'm going to cheat. There's your nozzle. It's kind of a press fit with your finger into there so it stays there so it doesn't fall out. Then you shove the rubber in. Quarter turn. This would sit on the boom. The boom would be this way. And that is, well, this is in line with the boom. So that is just off just a touch. So that your spray patterns don't hit each other, they overlap instead. These are the same at this end. That one actually came apart. It's usually how they do on the road. They're usually stuck to the rubber like it is. Really stuck to the rubber. And you just, that one's loose. If I move my finger, it'll fall out, but you just push it out. Back in there. And this is kind of goofy because I'm half watching it on the camera, so I know what I'm doing, and half watching my thumb over the top of the camera. And these are a little different. I don't know what brand these are. Most of them interchange. Oh, you sticking bugger. This piece has a spring in it. And then this is a nut that holds it all on rather than being one piece. And the rubber is smooth on both sides. I'm not going to take it off because these are harder to line the rubber up on. Thought I had it wrong for a second. Where the others, your rubber goes in, stays there perfect. When you tighten that up, just tight. Can't move. And I'm guessing they're probably about the same poundage, give or take. But those are the important part we want. And I might have to get the cheaters unless we can see what it says here. Won't focus, of course. Focus. Yeah. I'll put my glasses on so I can read the number and figure it out later. Oh, I thought I'd show you that before I decide I'm done for the day. I'm going to see what they are for sure. And I found a couple rate calculation charts. Some things are color coded, like the yellow. I know these are 8002s, and on the chart it shows they put out 0.2 of a gallon per minute. And going by color code, if these were actually gray to begin with, because you never know, old age sets in on things. I'm going to guess that's probably what they really are, especially you look at that size hole. The chart I found says that these put 0.6 of a gallon out per minute. So, how many nozzles were on that thing? But, you know, in 1 minute, it's going to put on probably, I think there's 8 nozzles on there. Yeah, you can figure from there. I'm being lazy. And other than finishing feeding, I guess that's the rest of my day. It's supposed to rain tonight anyway, and Richard told me you'll want it to not get rained on for a couple of days, so I'm not even going to bother trying tomorrow. This just gives me tomorrow to get this all hooked up and see what it's actually going to do. I mean, it's a freaking trash pump we got on that thing for a water pump. But if it's not going to work, I think I know I have another pump. It's actually a regular sprayer pump with a gas motor on it. They're both not attached to the frame at the moment. Actually, the gas motor is attached to the frame, but the pump is not. Because we ended up, when I had the sprayer in here working on it, I ended up swapping some parts around. And that was one of the pumps I swapped parts on. I needed it for the other one. I mean, it'll still pump, but the more important one's the one that's actually on the sprayer. So that's what I did. The other one we used for moving water anyway. Excuse me. But I can mount it on there somehow too. Not a big deal. I can just flow through I can flow through what's there and return back into the tank if I need to. It's just going to be some screwing around to do it if I have to. We'll see what happens. So thanks for watching. Dang. And we'll see what happens. And I say if there's enough there to do the big sprayer, that would be awesome, because then when we finally get it done, I'll know I can put the C90 on with it. Oh, and Richard also messaged me and he says it's not corrosive. Well, it's still a salt and mineral base is what I understand. So, but, you know, salt's not near as bad as commercial fertilizers, especially commercial liquid fertilizers. Because I'll give you a little hint. These brass ones, I don't know if we can see it. See if I can hold this thing again. Focus. The hole in the brass one is bigger than the hole in the yellow one. They're both the same size nozzle. But the brass one, focus. Yes, I'm playing with it so it'll focus. The brass one flowed a fair amount of liquid fertilizer for a couple of years. And it not only wears, where brass is a softer material, it wears the hole bigger, but any corrosion on it makes the hole bigger. So that's one reason we quit using the brass. That, and we changed booms at the time and went to the all plastic. These actually went into, that was a saddle mount with no check valve on it, like that has. And, you know, every time you'd fold the booms up, they'd just sit there and dribble until the booms were empty. So, that's my story today. Gonna call it a day. Not that there's much update. Hold on a second. I'm back. Took a minute to flip that thing around. Not that there's a lot of update, but Becky took Mom in. They did another biopsy today, and they got like 5 times the amount that they did when she was in the hospital. So they got more than enough to test stuff. One thing Ty was concerned with was if they were going to test for genetic stuff on that. You know, it'd be nice to know if Ty's at risk and Brooke might be at risk. Who knows? I have no idea how long it's going to be before we hear, but I guess that went very well. And some of the paperwork that Becky and I and Mom had to do, Becky and Mom stopped on their way back, found out, oh, they need my signature and they need to witness me sign it. So I had to run back in and sign it, which was some paperwork we'd already filled out and didn't know that it had to be done that way. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. So that's what we did after getting the feed done. So, thank you all for watching. And hey, I see the numbers are climbing again, so maybe it's doing some good, right? And hey, welcome to all the new ones. And all you old ones, much appreciated. I know some of you have been here for 5 going on 6 years now. Been a while. And you've seen a lot of dysfunctional shit. Ain't much other way to put it. And yeah, the shop's still a mess. Still can't get anything in it. I got more stuff stacked in front of it, but it don't take long to get that stuff out of the way. I would like to get something in here, like the sprayer. Getting to be that time to start thinking about getting some other things ready to go too. So anyway, hope you all had a great Thursday. Hope everybody has a great Friday. And see you in the comments. See you tomorrow night.